Hi everyone, Charlene Bauer, Ladies Off-Road Network, Ladies Outdoor Network, Ladies Overland Network, Ladies Racing Network, Ladies Garage Network, and Ladies Camping Network. Let's do this. Yes. So we just got back from the Artemis Rally in North Carolina. Holy guacamole, what a time that was. That was 4 days of pure chaos, pure go, pure can you navigate, can you put waypoints in, can you do you. And so we got these fancy hats, fancy shirts, but wait, there's always more. We also got these fancy helmets and these fancy vests and these fancy cards. Like, we got all the stuff, right? And so we wore these helmets all the time in all the fancy pictures, which if you're on our Instagram, you've already seen this stuff. If not, you need to go check it out because it was pretty intense, crazy, fun. Fun might be a word for certain things. And at the end of the day, ladies, hold on. Are you ready for it? Brought home a trophy. Yeah, because that's the way we roll. So throw some hearts for the trophy, and we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to tell you how we got it, what happened, and all the chaos that ensued along with it, as best as I can remember, because I'm not going to lie, I'm a little tired right now, and a little brain fogged, and a little, I'm not going to say sleep deprived. Like, we actually got some decent sleep. We got some decent time in there. But it was definitely a crazy time. So, Artemis Rally is over. Although we're going to talk about it in a second. But coming up next, this weekend, Big Bear, California, come and hang out with us. SoCal Bronco Bash. It's the Bronco Bash that happens up there every year. I think it's the 22nd one. And it's an opportunity for anybody that has a Bronco. So you don't have to register, you don't have to pay, you don't have to do all these things. You just have to come and have fun. If you're looking for the information on it, let me know. I can send you a link if you haven't been able to find it. SoCal Broncos, Bronco Bash is what I would Google. I will be on the all ladies ride on Friday, which I'm very excited about, to go hang out with Steph from Bronco Babes. She's hosting it, and I'm like, I'll mid-gun for you. I'll come and hang out. That would be a blast. And then on Saturday, I am leading a beginner ride. It's not just a ladies ride. It's guys, girls, everybody. And so I'm happy about that as well. And yes, ladies, I will be driving a Bronco. Actually, I'm going to take the Tread Lightly Bronco. So I'm thankful to Tread Lightly for giving me the opportunity to make sure that Tread Lightly is out on the trails and promoting what we believe is super important out there as well. So Bronco Bash is this weekend in Big Bear, California. Even if you're in the area, let me know and let's say hi, and let's go have some fun. If you have a Bronco, like, make plans. Of course you can play hooky. That's fine. It'll be fine. And then next after that is in the end of June, the 24th and 25th, we will be doing a special 2-day class. So the 24th will be a Tread Lightly Tread Trainer certification class, and the 25th will actually be a trail, and that will be in Moab, Utah. Also on Saturday night, we'll be doing some in-classroom hands-on stuff as well. So it is a skills camp, a 2-day skills camp, but a very different outline of a 2-day skills camp. So it's not like one of our normal ones where you're going to have a bunch of hands-on things. That is kind of the scenarios that we usually do. The first full 8 hours is a Tread Lightly certification class, and then we go into all the rest, and can't have you come to Moab, not run a trail, and go out and do some learning. So it's not about the trail as much as it is, hey, let's exercise these skill sets and make sure that we are getting better and better and better. So that's at the end of June. And then we roll into July, which July is Pacific Northwest Overland Expo. So make sure that if you're in the Pacific Northwest that you have already looked at our Overland Expo page on our Ladies Overland Network or Ladies Off-Road Network. Either one of them has the page there, and it has the promo code for you to get 10% off your registration into Overland Expo Pacific Northwest or Mountain West or East. So if you're planning ahead feel free to plan ahead. I know I got all my planners out there. So make sure that you guys are getting into those and take advantage of the 10% discount that Overland Expo is offering to Ladies Off-Road Network. And excited to have you part of that. We will have a space that's our ladies lounge is what we're calling it, but we're there to hang out, we're there to pull windshield, we're there to change tires, we're there to do anything that you want, ask any question that you have, like, hey, I don't really understand this. Sweet, let's dig into it. Let's either go find a vehicle that's just like yours, or let's use mine and let's figure it out. So very open to that and making sure that everybody's happy. And then Pacific Northwest, I have a little surprise for you, but you're just going to have to wait another more minute because I need to get typey before I can announcey anything more. All right. That pretty much gets us through this next little phase here. So let's talk about the Artemis Rally. First of all, congratulations to Marissa Van Gundy for surviving her co-driver challenge. Win, I guess. We're always very, very cautious to call that a win because we're never quite sure how that's going to go down, what's going to happen during the event, and yeah, you're just never quite sure. So we went into this with a kind, like, okay, we'll do the best we can because that's all I ask. That's all I ask of myself. That's all I ask of my co-driver is we're going to do the best we can. Well, guess what? Every day, the best we can has to up level because we did the best we could the day before. So now we need to go better. We need to go better, right? And so we did that, and that was awesome. Day one, we got there. So we got there both from flying in. Sherilyn came and did media for us. So that's why you saw 3 of us there. So Sherilyn and myself flew in from Arizona and got there midday. Marissa drove in from Ohio, which this was the key element. This was a winning moment. So she drove in from Ohio and she got there, right? And literally we almost got there at the same time, which is kind of fun. So we did our Walmart shopping. We up-leveled ourselves on what she didn't bring, what I knew we weren't bringing, and that we were going to invest in. And so then we did our Walmart shopping. We went over and got to see Ruby at John's Shop Extreme Machine in Hickory, North Carolina. We laid everything out. Wait till you see these pictures. Tons of pictures and videos to come. And I'll tell you our plan on that in a minute. So we laid everything out, right? And we had to combine Marissa's and my stuff into this open top vehicle. And that was a challenge because it's also North Carolina in June. Is it going to rain? It did. But is it going to rain? Like, I don't know. So we had to just make sure everything was contained, everything was waterproof, everything was ready to go. And we did a great job. We're like, how did all this fit? Is this all going to fit? How did that work? Super organized. Like we had our purple bag and it had all of our life vests in it, all of it. Like we combined our stuff together and said, okay, if we're going to use this damn canoe, it's a DAM, this damn canoe, it got named. Then we just pull the purple bag, open it up, and there's all of our stuff to go canoeing with, right? So we got that all done. Then we went to Texas Roadhouse for our last meal. We always eat a really good last meal because you never know when you're going to eat well again at these events. And got a good night's sleep. And it was perfect. Like the setup day, we did a great job. I was super proud of all 3 of us making that happen. So then the first day is Thursday and we meet up at it's a little bit of a cluster with 3 people, but we made it all work and we got the Jeep over there and we meet up with all the rest of the ladies. And it's like, okay, there's some rad women here. Like they got some rad women and there's a couple on right now. So April's here, Jillian's here. Make sure you guys say hi and throw hearts for them as well because they participated in this weekend. And so everybody started showing up and everybody's parking and then we had to deal with these damn canoes. And how do we put this canoe up on top of this big Jeep, right? And not only that, but I'm not sure if you noticed, but Marissa and I have a height difference. It's not like it's the same height. So we had to put this canoe up on top. We got through all that. Everything was fine. Everything was great. We get in, we get set up, we get our helmet, we get our vest. Like, it's really cool. And then they're like, all right, let's go. We're going to lead you to the first challenge. Okay, sounds good. So we all caravan out to the first challenge where we get to shoot guns. Yes. So we got to shoot a 9mm and the AR. Marissa was the only one to shoot 4 in the 9mm. She was the one that got the highest score in 9mm. And most all of us got the long range AR out there. Watch out, everybody. Yeah. Us girls have good eyes at long range. Sniper status, right? Okay, throw the O face at that one because that's pretty funny. So, anyways, at the end, we win the challenge because of the timing and how many we hit, which is rad. Which then gave us the opportunity for a very special treat to shoot in 50 cal, which was insane. Talk about kickback. Everybody's jealous. They're like, we've never shot one of those before. So that was cool. Yeah. And then we leave there and off we go. And here we are, we're caravanning again to the next scene, which where we ended up in this huge pasture field. Many of you that are part of the Ultra 4 scene know Pam Hall, and this is her family home where they allowed us to work out in their pasture, which was really cool. But when we showed up there, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, Marissa, now it's time to show our skill set. Like, this is Ladies Off-Road Network. If there was ever a moment to be Ladies Off-Road Network, we had to change a tire the fastest. We had to use the pole pal the fastest. We had to flip a car with a winch the fastest. And we had to throw hatchets. Okay, so we didn't do so good at the hatchets and the axes, whatever. That was like pure guessing. But the other 3, we smashed. And I'm really proud of Marissa and myself because not only did we smash it, but we did it correctly, like with gloves and with putting the winch line on correctly and with safety in mind and with taking the tire off and with putting it back on the right way, right? All at snappity competition speed. So we did that, and then the rest of the day we had a couple things that we had to find, and off we went to our camp area, which was really cool how they set the camps up for us. We had all the tents were already set in a line. We just had to back into our tent and put our sleeping bags and put our bags in there, which again we had super ultra organized from the way we did it, and got that in and had dinner and hung out. And every night Marissa and I would stop at a certain time. We would hang out and we would settle up on our points. So every single night we did work, and we made sure that we had every single one of our things that we did during the day, each one of our checkpoints, all of our pictures done, all of our videos ready, all of our posts done. And I had it all in notes because we had no cell phone service, no service any night of this competition. This is one of my challenges with the whole thing. Hard playing an internet game with no internets. And so we had everything ready to go. And then the next morning, while she was plotting points, we'd get our scroll with all of our plots. While she was plotting points under internet, I was the one that was like, okay, posting social media, because that's how we got our points. So it was a catch-22. Like, I'm over here getting our points. She's over here getting our next day ready. Then we get it into Onyx, and off we go. Like, okay, we got a plan, and here we go. So day 2 was massive. Like, there was a ton of points to catch, and I guess I should say that in 2 different ways. There was a ton of coordinates that we had to go to, and there was points associated to each one. So some of them were higher, some of them were lower, some of them had more value because you had to go on a short hike. Some of them had more value because they were way out of the way. Some of them, they're like, okay, we want you to go on this trail ride, and so they just put them into a nice circle, and if you did it right, off you went, right? And here you were able to get all these points. So we did a good job on Saturday. Or no, that would have been Friday. Sorry. So this is a big, long day. We did a really good job on Friday and knocked down quite a few points. So we did our same strategy on Friday night as far as putting everything together, and shabam, off we go. Right? So Saturday, very similar. We had the same strategy Saturday morning and trying to get things to work. Now, Saturday is a little bit different because I'm like, we did good yesterday and I'm feeling confident about it. And we had a couple teams that hadn't done this before. And so they didn't really understand their Onyx, how to use their Onyx better, how to even use it, how to strategize, how to make it happen. So there's a couple teams that I pulled aside and I'm like, okay, here's how you use your Onyx. Here's some strategy to it. Here's some ways to help, and made sure that they were feeling confident, because I don't want people not to have confidence in what they're doing. Like, there's no reason with 8 teams out there that we shouldn't all be successful and be awesome. And if I can help with that, I'm going to help with that. And then we had these 2 girls that were in college, and they were out there just having a blast, but they didn't really understand all of the tools that they had at their hands, right? And so I pulled them aside and I'm like, okay, here's the strategy for day. You're going to follow us, and we're going to help you out, and we're going to make sure that you get some good stuff going on today. So we did some field stuff on Saturday morning. There was some paddle boarding. There was more skeet shooting. We were part of the Zero Club. There was some bow and arrowing, some archery, which we impressed both of ourselves on that one. We did pretty good. Oh my gosh. And then the video of us walking on the max tracks, the action boards. Yeah, that was hysterical as well. And so we did really good. The girls did really good. We paired up with them on that so they could see like the strategy and how to do it. And so they got some great points that day. And then off we went. I used my rugged radio to help them. I'm like, okay, so this is how you do it. And we had talked about how to put it in 4-wheel drive ahead of time, like all these things. And so I'm like, here's how you do it. And we talked and we got down to the gas station so they could get Onyx on. I'm like, here's your pro tips to get Onyx up and running with your pin drops. And then we all agreed on where the first one was. I'm like, okay, let's go. Now you got to drive. You got to keep up with me. So off we went. And they followed us to the first couple points, and then all of a sudden we made it to this off-road park, and there was like this big uphill with all these big mounds, and they had only put their vehicle in 4-wheel drive the weekend before and only seen trails the week before. So we're like, probably not the best plan for you to do this. So they turned around. We aired down and peeled out. And when I say we aired down, we pressed a button. So BFG Ruby has these amazing active air system where all you have to do is press a button and it will air you down to your rock pressure, to your dirt road pressure, to your, nice casual, a little bit harder pressure, and then back to street pressure. And I have some amazing video of us doing this. I cannot be more thankful to BF Goodrich Tires for letting us use Ruby and letting us use this active air system. Yes, I'm sold. Yes, I want it. Yes, you want it. Yes, it's a little expensive. But girls, oh my goodness. Talk about a game changer. So we went on this off-road loop. It's called Brown's Ranch area, and it was really, really fun. Ruby just ate it alive, just up and over and around. We hit all of our spaces that we needed to hit. I'm like, these girls are out here truly wheeling, and I'm proud of them. We had Toyotas, we had Jeeps, we had trucks, we had everything as part of it, and I'm like, whoa, these girls are getting after it right now with some of these drops and some of these rocks. So super proud of everybody in the competition that went out and did that loop, because that was a big, big deal. So then we get done with that. You'll see a video of us eating our sandwiches while we are airing back up. It's pretty epic. Oh yes, thanks Marissa. And we didn't lose the canoe even while we were off-roading, but we did rename it almost. The damn canoe definitely stuck, but it is our top skid plate now. It definitely ran under a couple trees. Apparently, Marissa kept closing her eyes as we would hit a tree here and there. And I'm like, well, it's just the canoe. At least we're saving the Jeep. Right? Yeah. So that was all part of Saturday. We peeled out. We did more. We had more opportunity, and got to the final checkpoint, which was on the Great Smoky Mountain Ridgeway. And wow. Talk about wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like, I really enjoyed seeing North Carolina. I wish we could have done a little bit slower, but like North Carolina is gorgeous, and I can only wait to see it in the fall colors because I hear that it is just even more gorgeous when it is on task. So very, very pretty, very special space that we were in, and we were at a national park, but didn't have the opportunity to take a national park picture. Didn't even think about it really. I was pulling myself together after we had just completed the day. Like, I didn't even get out of the Jeep sometimes for a minute. Like, okay, decompress, pull it together, competition mode, put away. Put away competition mode, Charlene. Come back to Charlene mode. Right? Yep. And then there's Saturday night. Oh my gosh, Saturday night was hysterical in camp. We were right by a little river, and a couple of the girls had some hysterical moments with a paddleboard in this river that absolutely could not manage a paddleboard. But that's really showing you how this group of 8 ladies, 16 ladies in total, right, really started bonding and having fun and enjoying each other and laughing. And so yes, like normal, right? We're competitives during the day, and at night and around the campfire, we're all friends. And that's what it's all about, I think, all the time. Then there's Sunday. All right, you guys ready for this? Yeah. Then comes Sunday. And Sunday to me is like the all-in day. Like, okay, so we've made strategy mistakes. We've made a couple fails. We've done some good stuff. We've done some bad stuff. Like, we've learned from all of them. Sunday, you got no excuses, ladies. Like, there's no excuses. You're in it to win it, or you're just going to go home, in my mind, right? So let's put all effort in. I said, today is going to hurt, even if we got to go run a hike really fast. Like, we are going to make this thing happen, and we're going to do the best that we can. And so we plotted all the waypoints super fast. We got going. Oh, actually, I lied about that. We plotted the waypoints super fast, but we were in a caravan going to the first one, which was the first time, I will tell you, I was ultra happy to have this dang helmet on. We went on a roller coaster ride. It was the sketchiest thing I think I did the entire 4 days. This roller coaster was like, oh my God, I'm going to fall. He's going to fling me off. Yeah, I was never so happy to have the helmet on. You'll see me as I'm leaving in one of the videos, but I had a GoPro on the entire time. I can hardly wait to even just catch the audio. Like, I know I was screaming. Yes. So we did that, and of course, competitive. Hello. Charlene was at the front of the line. We were the first one on that dang thing, and off we went. And so here we went, got our plan, and the first one was supposed to be a hike to the top of a hill, but it was huge points. I'm like, all right, let's get there. We get there. It's a bike park, and there is no way to hike it without like 8 miles of uphill. And I'm like, oh, heck no. So got back in. I was super angry. I'm like, this is not even funny right now. But what it did was the best thing ever. It put us on the path to where we could hit a bunch of points in the right direction. So where some people were backtracking and doing things, we were on the route. And all of a sudden we were on this big circle that was perfect for us to nail a bunch of points. So we got all the points as we were going along. We were doing really good. We had been late on the first day because Ruby can't go fast on the highways. Like, it's a full-time four-wheel drive vehicle, so it was very aggressive when we were on the 40 for 2 hours. So I had to slow it down. Like, I'm not going to blow up this vehicle for points. It's not mine. I'm not doing it. And so here we were, like, ultra moment of we're not going to ever be late again on another night. And so we're paying attention to our time, and Marissa's like, we're going to cut it close. Like, you're going to come in, and all of a sudden it hit dirt road. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we went from asphalt to dirt road. What happens? You have to slow down even more, right? I'm like, holy cow. And so out came Charlene's dirt Baja mode driving, and we aired down just a little bit. It was significant how just 5 pounds of air coming out of your tire went from sliding over the loose gravel to gripping and having that nice confidence in going around the corner. So I want you guys to always remember your air pressure is super important. Do it, do it, do it. And so off we went. Charlene went into drive mode and we went around this dirt road like it was mine. And I loved every second of it. Marissa tightened her belts a couple times. And we made it to the end. And where I think it's an hour and a half or 2 hours or something, we made it in a lot less than that. And came out at the other side. Boosh, with all of our points. And so I'm like, right on, we did it. How much time do we have? Where are we at? What do we got going? How's it going? What's happening? And, and so I'm like, let's do it. There was 2 more big points right after it. And right next to where we had to be for the check-in, the final check-in, was 2 huge points. And when she read it, it was, you have to take the canoe off the top of the Jeep, put it in the water, take a picture of the canoe in the water, and then put the canoe back up on the Jeep, right? Because, of course, you had to keep going. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? We have to take this damn canoe off of this Jeep? Okay, let's go get 250 points. So we got to it, and we got 250 points. And then I'm like, well, how far away is the other one? And she's like, it's 3 minutes away. I'm like, you're kidding. And we still had plenty of time to go do it. And I'm like, all right, if we can do that, like we just did this, because we smashed it. Smashed it. Like, Marissa ran off with the canoe without me even attached to the canoe. Smashed it, right? It was hysterical. Wait till you guys see the video. And so I'm like, all right, if you want to do this again, let's go do it again. So we went to the next spot and we took it off again and we got it into the water and we put it back up. And just like Marissa said, we did both lakes. Like they were not the same lake. They were 2 different lakes. And got it on and off that Jeep in 10 minutes. Yeah! Right? We still had 15 minutes to go before we had to be checked in, like 100% checked in. Well, we hadn't had any internet. Remember, this is an internet game with no internet or cell phone service anywhere that we were. And so we still had to have all of our afternoon. I had got our morning done while we stopped for a potty break, but we still had all of our afternoon points that we had to get in. And so we went to the finish, went to the hotel where we were all supposed to be. I sat there. I'd already started uploading stuff. And I sat there, and for 15 minutes, we were there 15 minutes early, for the next 10 minutes, the next 5 minutes, the next 3 minutes, and 3 minutes after we had to be there, and 5 minutes after we had to be there, and 20 minutes after we had to be there, and we even caught Wi-Fi when we finally went up to the room 20 minutes after that. And our pictures never loaded. Rad. Super rad. So all of that work that we did in the afternoon, no points. You want to talk about disheartening? Sit back for a second and think about how that felt. Right? And we killed it. Like, we did it. We were there on time. We did everything. We made it all work. We did it all. Even if we hadn't have gone to that last canoe part, we still would have had the same upload problem. It wouldn't have changed anything. Wouldn't have changed anything. So, with that being said, we went to the award ceremony like, well, might as well grab a drink because we're not going to have to talk straight when we get up there anyways, right? Like, whatever, way to lose it on the last day. And so when they actually called us and had us in 3rd place, super thankful that even after losing all the points on that day and having the late fee from the first night of not wanting to speed on the 40, we got 3rd place. And you know what? We're damn proud of that. Because regardless of what that says right there, We know what we did on that last day. We know how we got through that dirt road. We know how we smashed that canoe on and off that Jeep. We know what we overcame. We know what happened. And regardless of the points, regardless of the number and the way that the numbers are put down, Jillian right here, Jillian is the winner. Yes. Throw some hearts. Throw some hearts. They did a great job. But girls, every single person that competed is also a winner because they pushed themselves past what was happening. They pushed themselves past what was happening. And it wasn't just one person, right? It's all about the team. It's all about the teamwork and all about what was happening. So Jillian and Daisy are the winners. So congratulations to them in first place. And then we had Jessie and Andrea second place, which was super exciting because Jessie's one of our Ladies Off-Road Network ladies. And then we were in third place. And then we had Sarah Morrison, who everybody knows Mike Morrison from being part of the convention if you've been around for a while, so you know Sarah. They were in fourth place. Tiffany Stone, who is also a BFG person, and she was out there representing BFG. She came in fifth place. And that's just off the top of my brain, you guys. Like, I don't even know. Sorry, I'm not the official score person, but you guys will see that through Overlander Project and what they had going on with the Artemis Rally. But it was an interesting experience. So we've never been so happy to see a hotel, a warm meal, and a hot shower on Sunday nights. They did a great job with that, and where they had us at in bowling. I want to say Bowling Green, but that's wrong, and I'm gonna mess that up right now. And so we'll just say I messed it up. In the final location. So we were there. We had a great night, and Monday, it doesn't stop, right? So Monday we got up early and and had to drive back now to Hickory and undo all of our packing job. So we had to undo all of our packing job, get all of us, through three of us, plus all of our winnings from 023 into Marissa's Jeep, get us to Charlotte, North Carolina so that we could go to Full Parts, do our meet and greet. Had a great time there. Got to hang out with Daisy for times there, which was great. And the guys there at the Full Parts in North Carolina were rad. And yeah, so it was a blast. This morning, 3:30 in the morning, our alarm went off so that we could leave at 4 to catch a 5 o'clock flight, because that was a smart idea. And literally, Sherilyn and I got to Arizona as Marissa got to Ohio. But Marissa's experience of getting home was a little more exciting because she got to change spark plugs and an ignition pack. I know, I'm super proud of you, by the way, for doing that. And we just had somebody fly us around and Uber us around. So hers was more exciting than ours, but we did it. And we did it. So I love the Co-Driver Challenge, Ladies Co-Driver Challenge. If you think we should keep it around, say so right now. Keep it around. Let's do another Co-Driver Challenge next year. I did some math in my brain this morning while I was on the plane writing the press release, which you guys will all get to read tomorrow with some new pictures that were not posted already. And look at that, because I think that we've done 10... I believe there's been 10 Co-Driver Challenge ladies that have gone on epic adventures, multi-day epic adventures, life-changing adventures. And I hope that next year we can pull off a couple more events that we can do a Co-Driver Challenge for. I'm not promising every year everything gets a little bit different, but I just think that it pushes all of us, right? It pushes all of us, and it makes us all aware of new events potentially, or opportunities that are out there. Some are harder, some are easier, some are different. So who knows? It pushes me too. Like, I'm not perfect at anything. I'm not perfect at everything. I try really hard, but I'd much rather be there and help the other ladies be successful. As you guys saw, I'm like, okay, so this is how you do it. This is how you compete with me. Come on. Knows I didn't show them all, but yeah. We're not competitive at all, are we? Exactly. So lots of fun. I really enjoyed being on the East Coast back in North Carolina. We will be back on the East Coast in October for Virginia for the Overland Expo East event. So be sure that if you're on the East Coast, you join us for that. We will also have a secret surprise coming to the East Coast around that same exact time. So stay tuned for that one. And lots more action coming your way. But the action that really matters is in 2 weeks. The convention is opening for sure. I know I keep saying 2 weeks, but I seriously am going to be at my desk literally in 2 weeks. This week I'm not. Next week I'm not. But the next week I am. And we are opening up that convention. It is the Grandmama event of the year. Every single person needs to come. You need to bring a friend. It is insane what we have been able to pull together. Every single time I go to Moab, like, we up-level ourselves. And so now with me being there full time, for the next few weeks, like, we're going to up-level it even more, and we're going to lock it down. Over this last week, just because of the way I think when I'm doing things, I kind of changed one of the days, and the girls, it was last night. We were getting our hair done. Did you notice I got more brown? Yeah, thanks, Marissa. Appreciate you. And so we were getting our hair done. This time it was in a hotel, so it wasn't like it was in a Floral Parts or in the middle of the woods like normal. It was a little more casual. And I'm like, I think we need to adjust this one day and give everybody a little bit of downtime. A little bit of, moments just to, like, take a minute. And Marissa and Sherilyn both looked at me. They're like, are you feeling okay? Are you okay? What's wrong with you? Did you just say that for real? Like, you're going to give us downtime? Like, how does that ever happen? Like, what is that all about? Do you even know those words? So I justified my why. And they're like, oh, okay. They agreed with my why. They definitely agreed with my why. They're just, like, considering if the hair dye got too far in and and compromised my normal thought process. So anyways, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. So you will see more and more and more of it coming out next week. Make sure that you guys are ready to go. And oh yes, okay, one more thing. We do have it on video. Coming to you soon, if you do not already subscribe to Bauer Media, BOWER MEDIA on YouTube, please go do that right now. Because here pretty soon, you are going to have the ride of a lifetime as you get to go behind the scenes with me and all of our chaos that goes on behind the scenes. We started it the Monday right after Overland Expo. I wish we would have started it 2 weeks before, as if there's any good time to start it, because the life is completely chaos all the time. But we started it the Monday right after Overland Expo, which is the day I had the flat tire on the trailer. It's the day that Linda and her husband just happened to show up on the side of the road with me while I had a flat tire on the side of the road. And they got there like 2 seconds before I finally got it all taken care of, which is that's how it works, right? And so it's just the epicness of the backdrop of what happens while we're traveling, what's going on. The holy cow, is this really happening? And in the front forward stuff, like, you guys see the fancy graphics and the fancy pictures and us doing these great events and doing all these cool things. And I'm not trying to discredit what we're doing by any means or such, but we laugh a lot in the back. And we also say, how did we just get that done in the background? And, we're always short budgeted, we're always short timed, and we're always trying to make it work for you ladies. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to show you, and hopefully you laugh. I hope you laugh. I hope you laugh at the ridiculousness of our life. But yeah, just like Wes popped in a little bit later, he is coming from Moab right now to Arizona to prep for this next adventure, and super excited about it. So with that note, my phone just said 5%. Charlene, you must stop. You're talking. So I'm going to stop talking, And I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure that you stay in the loop with us this week. I'm going to launch a bunch of stuff. Challenge, ladies. Get your challenges in. Keep going. Even if you get 1 or 2 of them done, do it. Do not stop. You have got this. You can do this. This is your learning. This is what you wanted to do. You wanted to learn. So push yourself to complete a couple of them. Get one in. Get one in this weekend. Do another one. Keep going. You got this. And we have until August 31st. So you got plenty of time to nail quite a few of them. The point system gets you into the drawings. Points equal cool things, aka one of the things we had to do was the square root of 4266. I'm like, how do you do that? I googled it. What's the square root of 4266? I think it's 46.31 if I remember right, but don't quote me on that. So anyways, good times. Make sure that you guys are doing your challenge. Get them in. I will be online this week because I have a driver. Thank you. And so I will be online this week as we're driving, doing and updating the challenge points. So you will see me feedbacking to you. If you're not getting feedback, just hold tight just a little bit. All right. And then I will put into the chatter in the challenge, okay, I'm updated on everything. And then that means if you didn't get feedback, let's chat and let's make sure that you got your submissions in or what happened with it. No drama, no issue. It's all about communication. So just keep it coming, keep learning, keep going. You got this. I'm super proud of every single one of you. And I'm especially proud of Marissa and myself and all of the teams that competed in the Artemis Rally. Big thanks to the Overlander Project team and especially BF Goodrich Tires for their awesome support with Ruby and everything that they supported us with to be out here and genuinely supporting the Co-Driver Challenge and Ladies Off-Road Network at 100%. So both of those groups do, and that is very thankful. So you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will see you next Tuesday, and I can't tell you where I'll be right now because honestly, I don't know. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. All right. Have a great week. Email, text. Let me know what you need.